Well, hi everybody. Happy New Year. It's 2023, and here we go again. It's that time of year. BC assessments are out, and of course, social media is filled with complaints that your taxes are going to go up because your assessment went up. Oh no, my taxes just went up, or the value's too high, I can't afford the taxes, and on and on. Well, here's the good news. It isn't true. Your property taxes are not going up because your assessment went up. It's a myth, and it's something that we have to address every year. So that's the good news. Your property taxes aren't going to go up just because your assessment did. Here's the bad news. Your property taxes are going up. What? You just said my taxes aren't going up because my assessment went up. Well, that's right. It's not the assessment that raises your property taxes. It's your municipal government that raises your property taxes. One thing you can count on year after year is that they're going to ask for more of your money. So here's how it works. Your city or town makes a budget every year. That's how much money they need to raise from property taxes. They divide that number by the gross value of all the properties in their jurisdiction, and then times it by 1,000, and that creates this thing called mill rate. The mill rate is the number of dollars per $1,000 of assessed value. It sounds a little complicated. It's really not. Taxes are based on the mill rate. It's the number of dollars per $1,000 of assessed value that the local government wants to tax you. So when assessed value goes up, and if municipal budgets remain the same, well, all that happens is that the mill rate would go down and you would pay the same taxes. I'm not sure if this has ever happened in the history of municipal politics, but we haven't seen it in recent memory. I know not everyone's value goes up or down in the same, so there is some variation. I'll address that in a moment, but it's important to understand the concept that it's not assessed value that increases your property taxes per se. It's your local government that increases your property taxes. So how can I make this clearer? Well, in 2017, Victoria had a residential mill rate of about $7 per $1,000 of assessed value. In 2022, it was $4.50. So it sounds like it went down dramatically. That's amazing, but it's not true. It's not true at all. I can assure you that the city of Victoria has not lowered residential tax rates in the past 5 years. All that's happened is that assessed values have continued to rise, and as a result, the mill rate has gone down. So when Victoria or Saanich or any of the other 11 fiefdoms in our area increase their budgets by 6%, then they are increasing your property taxes by about 6%. So hopefully that's clear. It's not the assessment per se that raises your property taxes. It's your municipal governments when they increase their budgets. So let's talk about variations and the potential of appealing your assessment. So you see your neighbor's house, it's assessed at a lower value than yours, you think they're the same. Or your house assessment jumped by a lot, and you think, well, that's not right. Is it worth appealing? Well, maybe. Think about the neighbor scenario. First, are they in fact the same? Is their house the same as yours? If so, second, is the relative assessed value of your home out by a lot or by little? So if it's out by 100,000, well, maybe that's $400 or so in property taxes. So that could be worth the hassle of appealing. If it's out by 20K, then probably not, because you're talking about 80 bucks. Is it worth your time? Third, would you sell your home for its assessed value? So if no, then you don't really have much to complain about, right? Assessed value is supposed to be representative of market value from July 1st of last year. So if you think your home is worth more than your assessed value from July 1st of last year, then you really have no grounds for appeal. And this is the same question you have to ask in the big jump in value scenario that we talked about. Just because it went up a lot doesn't mean it exceeded that market value back in July. Perhaps it was artificially low to begin with. So if it's well above market value from July of last year, and we can help you determine values if you like, and the difference is significant, then you would have some grounds to appeal your assessment and potentially get your property taxes lowered. The deadline is January 31st for appeals. There's a video link below that will lead you to our video on the appeal process. And so hopefully this put the rest to the myth that just because my assessment goes up, my property taxes will go up automatically. It's not true. That's not how things work. So it's your municipal government that will raise your taxes. So as always, happy to get your calls and emails. I'm David Langlois with Madsen Langlois at McDonald Realty in Victoria. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and Happy New Year once again.